Oh, hi there. Here's why Tradwife content
needs to be stopped.
So I'm gonna make you listen to my thoughts while I make bread, because I think it's so fun how in every piece of Tradwife content they're making bread from scratch. I've never made bread before, so we'll see how this goes. So what is a Tradwife? Well, let me tell you. A woman who believes in and practices traditional gender roles and sex roles. Usually they're religious and very strict about who does what around the house. This woman does not work. She spends her days cooking and cleaning, and if she has children, she tends to children. So I know this trend has been around for a while. I think it started with those stupid, like, do you call them Wojak memes? And it would be like an illustration of like ugly blue-haired fat feminist woman, and it would be like, I want the benefits of feminism, but I don't want to be dropped, you know, like stupid talking points, blue hair, fat, ugly girl. And then on the other side, it's a beautiful, traditional Christian housewife, and it's like, cleans, does your laundry, loves God, takes care of your children. And it's like a side-by-side comparison. So I believe that's the real start of this trend. But for me, I found it on TikTok maybe a year or two ago, because there were those girls with the really big boobs and the blonde hair who would make really long explainers about why their lifestyle is better than yours. But when I first saw it, I legitimately thought it was a joke. And honestly, to this day, I still think some of it is a joke. I think some of these girls legitimately don't believe in what they're saying. I know some of them definitely do, but just the way that it's phrased makes me wildly uncomfortable, and I'm horrified at the thought of young girls seeing it. So some of you might actually recognize me from YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, where I satirize these videos and actually act like I myself am a tradwife, because I think it's kind of hilarious. One thing that I want to address head on is that when I make these satirical videos, half of my comments often are like, it's girls supporting girls until they do something you don't want them to do. Wow, what a fake feminist. I thought feminism was supporting all women. I guess not if they want to be stay-at-home moms. I'm really excited to make this video so I can hopefully address some people who think I'm not a girl's girl once and for all, and tell you that my problem with tradwife content is not that these are women choosing a different path than I do. Actually, matter of fact, a lot of them are on the same path, because they're really not just stay-at-home wives and mothers. They're content creators. So basically their day in the life looks pretty much the fucking same as mine does. So the last thing that I want to do right now is make fun of stay-at-home moms. I think there is no problem with choosing to stay at home with your children. My problem is that tradwives and this kind of content is about submitting to your husband. It's about taking down women who choose feminism. So much filthy stuff outside of being a stay-at-home mom. And that's not who I'm making fun of. So turn on your brain and don't be an asshole. I wanted to start out with the historical context for this video, because tradwife is really just like a myth made up by marketing and pop culture. Women have always been working outside of the household. Women have always had, maybe not excessive autonomy, maybe not the rights that we have today, but for a lot of human history, women have played important roles in society and the economy. So as far back as like the 18th and 19th centuries in Europe, we see that women are bartering. Think of like any piece of content you've seen that portrays the Middle Ages. The women aren't staying at home, they're participating in the family business. Maybe they're seamstresses, maybe they're like carpenters, maybe they're servants, but they're not stay-at-home moms. They're not trad. If you just want to look at US history, you can even go as far back as colonial times, and you can see that yes, while gender roles were defined, women were still tasked with taking care of these large farms, taking care of huge estates, huge businesses, because the men were always off doing some random shit. Or your husband dies at like 30, so you have 20 more years to run this estate until you die of something, cholera. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Then we see the Industrial Revolution of the mid-1800s, and everybody has to go work in the factories together. Even the children. Women are working alongside their 3 kids in the factories from 6 to 9 every single day in a row with no weekends. And I'm not saying this is ideal or that it's right, but I'm just saying, if you look at history,
we're not to tread. There's nothing traditional.
So then we approach World War I, 1914 to 1918. All the men get drafted and go fight in the war, and women once again are tasked with taking on these important roles in society. So not only are women getting to work, but they're getting to work male-dominated industries because there's no males to run them. I hope this is how it's supposed to look. Oh, it's kind of bubbling on top like it said. No Stepford Wives in 1914. Immediately, we get home from World War I and are hit with the Great Depression. And the rate of employed women rises by 24%. And this is because the stock drop just didn't affect women's work as much as it did men's. Of course, if your husband gets laid off and he's the primary breadwinner, you better get your ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. The 1900s were such a trip because then immediately 1940, we're hit with World War II. Once again, the men get drafted and the women have to take on all the pivotal roles in society. I'm sure so many of you can even recall learning about like the Rosie the Riveter sign, where it's like, get involved. Women are even helping in military services. I want to say Marilyn Monroe worked as a secretary aide in the army for World War II. Okay, so we're supposed to let this get bubbly. Foam stuff on top. Is this foam? I don't know if this is foam. I need pictures of this recipe, damn it. I don't know. I want to be the bread maker, not the breadwinner. But look at me being both.
We do not care.
Okay, if there are any traddies watching this, this is where you're about to be happy because I'm going to explain where your lifestyle starts to make fucking sense, historically. The men come home from World War II and basically they have girlfriends that they've been riding, or they're just really horny. So everybody gets married so fast and starts having sex like crazy, and everybody's having crazy babies. Also, they come home to the GI Bill, which basically ensures all these returned veterans like good jobs, affordable housing, and good pay. So it's like, yeah, why fucking not have a bunch of babies? And it's like, oh yeah, also, I make such good money that like, I guess you don't have to work. Also, these men have so many undiagnosed mental illnesses from being at war. So these men are basically like traumatized man babies. So it makes sense that they'd want a wife to like be home and take care of them, like mother them. The wives become caretakers, like most of these trad ladies are trying to tell you is the goal. So like, this is the Stepford trad wife you're talking about. I think I may have added too much flour to this. I've never made bread before. Keep kneading until it is no longer sticky. You want the dough to be sticking to itself, not your fingers. Okay, maybe I'm getting there. So now I have to knead it. Like all the TikToks say to do. I'm so excited. I feel so traddy. Another important thing to note is that the 1950s, this is when television broadcasting gets huge. TVs get invented, everybody gets them in their house, everybody gets addicted to TV. These wives are in the house 24/7. So during the day while they're cleaning the table or doing the dishes, there's the stupid daytime TV playing in the background. You see these ads that are basically on TV like, if you want to be a good mom, you have to get Sara Lee bread. And companies know the idea of perfection sells, so they just start selling this pretend American dream of the perfect wife to these women because they're accessible. They're on the TV all day working in the house.
And when my little Rodney has a cold, he gets the pills. Vapor Rub, so loving.
Our heroine decided to stay beautiful, slim, and attractive. So she went for long walks, and she engaged in competitive sports. Very competitive sports.
Gee, honey, married a whole month. And I didn't know you could bake like this. You'll win the gold medal.
I think a lot of us look back on these archival ads and we're like, see, that's how it used to be. It's like when people watch an Audrey Hepburn movie and the male lead is so sweet and they're like, see, men used to be gentlemen. And you're like, that's a movie, everybody else was beating their wife. So this is why I say that the ideal and the image of a stay-at-home, the perfect stay-at-home Stepford wife, trad wife, is so stupid because it's not traditional. Okay, so I think I actually did a good job on this dough. Look at it. I didn't say to beat the shit out of your dough, but this is just what I see girls on TikTok do and it looks so fun. I understand that I'm coming off a bit harsh. I think this is something that I am so passionate about because I'm a radical blue-haired neoliberal feminist. I'm also churning butter because I think it will be funny. Oh, this is gonna be this will not be fun, but I think it'll be funny for you to watch. Basically, all you have to do is take heavy whipping cream and shake it until it separates into like butter and then like wet. I don't know what I'm doing. So one thing that is really fun is that I've actually had a personal occurrence with one of these big time tradwife content creators. So I used to have an internship at like a fashion company. It was a startup, you've never heard of it. It was tiny and it totally failed. Anyway, we ended up sending a few dresses to one of the biggest tradwife content creators right now. She was really just posting about like Christianity and recipes. So it was like, okay, send her stuff. All of a sudden, the day after she posts in our dress, she goes on a huge rant about women's right to choose and how it's disgusting and awful. She goes on an insane political tirade. She starts attacking people, getting in fights. She looks awful. And I go to work the next day and I check the Instagram and our DMs are flooded with people being like, yo, did you see what she posted? You need to drop her sponsorship with her. I can't believe your brand supports this girl. And myself, and of course all the real employees on the team are like gooped and gagged. We're like, fuck. We literally sent this girl the stuff. It looks like we agree with her now. What the fuck are we supposed to do? So we like hurry and disable her code because she's on this tirade where she starts posting like, these brands have stopped working with me. They are so lame and I hate them. And then her real fans start attacking everyone. So we cancel the coupon code and her fans start letting her know like, hey girl, I tried to get a dress, but the coupon code isn't working. We're like untagging ourselves from her photos. They're like, this is so embarrassing. And then all of a sudden I remember we got an email and it was like huge, so many paragraphs about like, you're such a coward. I can't believe you are just like all the other brands. I can't believe that you love abortion. And it was like seriously so harsh and aggressive. But it just goes to show like, what about being submissive and gentle? What happened to that, girl? That email is not very submissive and gentle of you. And she's totally like one of the ones that talks like this in her videos. To be a tradwife is to be submissive and gentle. Pure aggression and fury, not a woman's place. Also, I wanted to talk about Gwen the milkmaid. There has been a lot of discourse on this already, but literally she had an OnlyFans like 2 years ago and she did ASMR. And so initially I think she was trying to hide that, but now I saw she did videos on TikTok being like 3 years ago I was doing OnlyFans until I was saved. And this video is not knocking on religion. Quick sidebar. And she's like, I thought I was making so much money on OnlyFans and I was so sad because that's not what we're meant to do. Now I'm so happy being a holistic tradwife, making bread and making bread every day. And the thing is like, don't act like you're not in it for the money, because if you open her link tree, I swear to God, there are like 4 affiliate codes. There's like a course on her stupid holistic health shit. And there's an Like to Know It, which you make commission off of, and an Amazon storefront. I don't think there's a problem with monetizing your content because for so many people, it's like a job. Like, of course I'm gonna get my fucking bag, guys. But the thing is to act like you're so righteous for quitting the OnlyFans money to be virtuous and then make money off your tradwife grift. Like that, it's just so disingenuous. I really do not believe that Gwen is actually a tradwife. I think she's one of the ones that's kind of in it for a grift, which is like hilarious. Like that's kind of girl boss. Okay, let's see how this is looking. Okay, it's like cream right now. And then I found this tradwife creator that I actually kind of liked. Her name is Aria. And in the beginning, she was just talking about like, I enjoy making meals for my husband goes to work. She just kind of seemed like she had a more normal take on it. She seemed more like she was just like a stay-at-home wife. But then of course she had to start doing weird shit. Like she posted this post and it's so funny. I'll insert it here. You know what? I'm gonna read it to you because what the fuck? I genuinely just thought her videos were kind of funny and I had no ill will until she started being a weird grifter. And then I was like, oh, womp womp. Okay, ready? A reading. Picture this. You're a little girl and someone asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? You love your mom, your dolls and babies, so you say you want to be a mom. And you're told at the age of 3 that being a mom isn't important enough. No, you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a veterinarian. And so it begins. By the time you get to high school, everyone is touring colleges, so you pick a degree, visit some colleges, and choose one. Eventually you graduate. You meet someone along the way. You find a job because you have a student loan to pay off. You get married, but you're both paying off student loans. Maybe you buy a house and a car and incur some more debt. Regardless, you're doing okay on 2 incomes and can make the payments every month. Then you get pregnant. So this actually isn't about her, just so you know, because she's not pregnant. And when you meet your baby, you remember that dream you had as a girl of being a mom. And suddenly you never want to say goodbye to that perfect little human. But your maternity leave is over and you have to go back to work because you can't afford to pay off the loans on your husband's income. So you put your baby in daycare and say goodbye every day and try to swallow the feeling of guilt. This is the norm. And anyone who has chosen to make a different choice, to get married young, to not go to college, or to be a stay-at-home mom or wife has faced opposition. Everyone, from strangers to your closest friends and family, will question your choices because that isn't normal. Being independent is normal. Never seeing your kids is normal. Being in debt is normal. This is why feminism has stolen our femininity. Oh God. The very things that are an intricate part of being women. Being nurturing mothers and wives are taken when we believe the lie that we have to make something of ourselves. Bro, the phrase we believe we have to make something of ourselves is crazy. Because according to the culture, being a mom isn't important enough. That's where we are. That's why my purpose here is to empower you to take back your feminine roles, because that is one of the hardest parts of being a woman in this culture. Oh, brother. See, this is where I decided that I will go to war against this woman. So here's the thing, Arya. A lot of these points you make are valid. Like, yeah, why the fuck is it that we need 2 working parents to sustain student loans? Yeah, that's a fucking problem. But that's not a problem because a mom wanted an education. It's a problem because universities are overcharging. How do you look at that problem and blame it on women going to school? Being like, wow, how fucking stupid. You and your husband pursued an education. Now you have to send your kids to daycare because you both have to work. Is it both parents' problem if they wanted to go to school, or is it just the women's fault? Because I thought men were supposed to work. So I guess marry a welder and stay home. Also, this mom guilt thing, like, yeah, a lot of people have to send their kids to daycare, but I don't think that's your business to make people feel bad that their kids have to go to daycare. It's one thing to empower stay-at-home moms to not feel bad. The angle that you should take is certainly not just shitting on everybody who has to send their kids to daycare. They already feel bad. This is, again, a problem with income, not a problem with women choosing to work. You're placing all the blame in the wrong places. Yay, let's see if the bread rose correctly. This could be very exciting. Oh fuck, it didn't. Oh no. You know what? Part of this show is not perfection. It's just doing it to say we did it. So I'm gonna get out a loaf pan, throw it in the oven, and see how it goes. It's so lumpy gumpy that there's nowhere to even cut slits. But I guess I'm gonna try. Just like how I don't want you to judge me for enjoying money and autonomy, I don't want to judge you for taking care of your kids. I think so many of these people are just spending too much time on the internet and seeing all this culture war content where they see the extremists who come on and are like, women can't be mothers, that's stupid. And then they feel attacked by it, but that's like one Yahoo. So I don't know if these women genuinely think they're victims in the culture war, or if they've had like a traumatic personal experience that has made them act this way and speak this way and think they need to share this. I genuinely don't know what it is, but it's not to bring down other women, it's to bring down this concept of a tradwife, because I think it's dangerous and awful. If my daughter wants to be a stay-at-home wife, awesome. If my daughter wants to be a tradwife,
what the hell? Oh my God.
I also saw a post that said, I used to be really into politics, but now I relax when my husband tells me what to think.
Oh my God, bro. Oh hell, man. What the fuck, man?
Okay, so I'm gonna put this, it looks really bad, in the oven for 20 minutes and we'll see how it goes. There might not be butter ready for it, but we tried our best. Another point that I see a lot of people make is that being a tradwife could be dangerous for you, especially if you choose not to go to school. If you decide that you want to get married immediately at 18, you don't want to go to school, you start having kids, this could possibly be a liability for you. If something happens to your husband, or if he leaves you, God knows why. You may have issues getting alimony, you may not have a prenup, and you don't have an education that you can fall back on, so you probably won't be able to get a high-paying job. So while I think sometimes this argument is made in a very mean-spirited way, so I don't love to make this argument, but I do worry about women not having options. I hope you're putting in good life insurance, I guess, because if he croaks, bitch, I don't know what you're gonna do. I just hope when you're promoting this content, you're also promoting at least go learn to be a fucking nail tech or something. Go learn a skill, please. A lot of these content creators use the Bible as proof that their way of life is better than everyone else's, which there are some verses that you certainly can interpret as misogynistic, as anti-women, telling women to be submissive and take care of their baby man. There are so many verses in the Bible that you can certainly interpret as that, or that just straight up say that. But I think something that's pretty awesome is that there are so many stories of fucking girl bosses in the Bible. I am making a video, a feminist propaganda video, but I also am having my husband do the work at the butter churning because it was too hard for my arms, and I want to recognize this irony before anyone else does. Okay, so a story that I think is really interesting in the Bible is Esther. Esther is a Jewish orphan. She became the queen of Persia, and she risked her life by approaching King Xerxes to expose a genocidal plot against her people. Through her strategic advocacy, Esther successfully influenced the king and saved her entire community from the threat of annihilation. Now, what about that sounds like submissive servitude? There's Deborah. Deborah is a prophetess and judge in ancient Israel who led the Israelites to victory in a battle against the Canaanites. I think that's how you say it. There's Phoebe, who is a deacon, and she does a lot to support the Christian church. While I don't think Christianity is liberal by any means, for its time, it was pretty fucking groundbreaking, and I think that's amazing. Women were able to hold positions of power in the church. In the Roman Empire, before Christianity, women were married much, much, much younger, like pre-puberty, versus Christian women started getting married when they were like 18, 19, 20, which obviously is a win in my book. Another thing that sucked for women in the Roman Empire is that there were laws against like promiscuity, but it was only for women. Like your husband could go fuck whoever he wanted, but you basically had to stay ultra loyal to him or else you'd be stoned in the town square. So Christianity kind of had those roles for men and women, which kind of leveled the playing field. Getting stoned for being a little slutty is never good, but it's kind of nice when your husband gets stoned for it too. Christianity just really helped women become a little less of an object in the Roman Empire, which is amazing. Oh my gosh, is it getting there?
I can't shake it anymore, it's not shaking.
So we got it to this whipped cream texture, but I don't think we can do it by shaking any longer. Feel like Jesus would have been a blue-haired liberal. Just like be nice and stop making this weird content that pushes this weird restrictive idea. I mean, I hate that you're putting down feminism when without feminism, you wouldn't have even been allowed to have your own TikTok account. You wouldn't even have been able to claim the money you made from your stupid backlinks. Your husband would have gotten all the money you made from your stupid holistic health bundle. So don't shit on feminism when you're benefiting so much from it, you know?
Women these days want to have their butter and eat it too. We just need more manly men.
Guys, no freaking way. Ah! It's like not the prettiest bread, it's a little lumpy, but no way. I mean, I don't think that took like too long, but I will say bread is like the cheapest thing at the grocery store. So like, I know the reason a lot of these people add in these extra steps is because they're scared of government chemicals, but like, I still bought the flour and the whipping cream and the yeast and all the things from the grocery store. So I don't know if this is really worthwhile unless you, one, really care about the quality of your bread, or two, are getting all the ingredients to make the bread from somewhere like local. Oh, it's starting to get wet again. It's gonna separate. Let's go. All right, well, this is what we got. I'm gonna press it because I think, oh, when you press it, milk comes out. Yuck. That's good enough for me. That's a good serving of butter. I worked hard for it. It's taking too long. Okay, this looks delicious. It like kind of smells like Play-Doh, but in a good way. Okay, that's our look-see-loo. Pretty good. I was ready to be like, yes, I slayed. But there's just not that much flavor to it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the video. Do you have any favorite Tradwife content creators? What's the most unhinged thing you've seen recently? And I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe.